Hey guys, Erik Peterson here. I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's attraction tips video is 6 terrible first date ideas. Now, you may not think that planning a first date is that big of a deal, but she's going to remember you and associate you with the way you made her feel after that date. See, women don't go home after a date thinking, well, he spent a lot of money on me and he took me to a fancy restaurant, so that's a couple of points. Or he took me to this movie that I told him I've been dying to see and he remembered, so there's a couple of points. No, because that's thinking logical, and women think about how you made them feel on an emotional level. See, she's going home after the date thinking about how much fun she had with you, how interesting you were, how the conversation flowed, or did you excite her or not, or how you treated people around you, or how you treated her. Those kinds of things. Or maybe she's going to go home thinking, well, that night was a dud. But my point being is that it's more about how much fun and how interesting you were, and much less about the fancy places that you took her or how much money you spent on her. See, most guys on the first date, or a lot of times many dates into the courtship, they are trying to impress her with bribes, like how much money they spent, or gifts or flowers and things of that nature. And, when guys do this, what it's basically communicating to her is that I don't feel I'm good enough by myself, so I have to make up for it in these other ways. And this is the complete wrong way to go about it, because she is going to sense these things. Like I say in a lot of my videos, women are much more intuitive than us guys, and they pick up on this stuff very easily. So you just want to focus on having fun with her in an environment where laughing and flirting and being playful and touching all flows effortlessly. Now, I've already done a video on how to plan an awesome first date, which you should check out if you haven't yet. So today, I'm going to give you some very popular yet terrible first date ideas to steer yourself away from, so you increase your chances of a second date. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to say, if you find this video helpful, or really any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, or at least share it with your friends and family who you think may also find it helpful. And also, you're going to want to click on the subscribe button down below, or on that little YouTube play icon that you see in the lower right-hand corner, because I have a lot of really great, informative upcoming videos in store for you guys. And if you have any questions regarding the topic of this video, or an idea for a topic for an upcoming video, or if you need any kind of clarification of what's going on in your own dating or relationship life, feel free to shoot me a message. Just head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and it's pretty self-explanatory from there, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I also provide emergency coaching where I will respond to you within 24 to 48 hours, depending on what you select. Now, if you're going through a breakup, or you're trying to stop a breakup dead in its tracks, or maybe your girl's slipping away, or whatever the case may be, this is a good time to hire me for my coaching services. And I also just added ongoing monthly coaching, where if you have a really complicated issue and you need my ongoing help, this way you could shoot me a message whenever you want, and I will respond as soon as I can, and I will work with you through the issue. And again, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab this time, and you can choose the option that works best for you. Now, on to 6 terrible first date ideas. Now, number 1, you want to stay away from lavish dates. Like I already said, guys do this for one reason, and that's trying to impress her and bribe her for something in return. And women know exactly what you're up to, and they're not impressed. It's actually kind of a turnoff. And this includes fancy dinners. Now, I don't know how people started thinking that a dinner date is a good first date idea, but it's actually not. Because a lot of these dates, you're forced into a very uneventful situation. And a lot of these dates turn into the equivalent of like a job interview. You know, where'd you grow up? Where are you from? Do you have any brothers and sisters? I mean, this spells boring. And the whole idea of a date is to have fun, get to know each other, you know, flirt and laugh, and ultimately spark sexual attraction. And this brings me to number 2, which is a movie date. This is another one that people think is a great first date idea, and it's not. The thing is, it's kind of the opposite of a dinner date where you're forced to talk to each other one-on-one, but at a movie date, you can't talk at all. I mean, yeah, you get to spend time together, but I mean, how are you going to laugh and flirt with each other when you can't even talk to each other? You never really get to know each other. So it's not a very good first date idea. Number 3 is group dates. And what I mean by this is, you know, like going out on a double date, or you going out with a group of her friends, or her coming out with you and a group of your friends. And this is a high pressure situation because either you or her is going to be getting grilled by the other's friends, you know, asking you all kinds of questions. And, you know, it's not really leaving you two any space to get to know each other. Not to mention, you know, maybe one of your friends thinks that he's helping you out by putting in a good word for you, and he says something really stupid that makes you look pathetic and weak. You know, like maybe he'll say, oh, you're gorgeous, and I've never seen Erik out with a gorgeous girl before. And in the meantime, you're just like, oh, and it's just making you look dumb. So, and on top of all of that, I mean, you're not going to really have the opportunity to get a kiss out of her or move things beyond a friendly vibe. And on a first date, you definitely do not want to be communicating a friendly vibe. You want to be communicating a lover vibe. Now, number 4 is live music. Now, I love music. You guys don't know this, but I have been in and out of the music business for years, as both an artist and on the business side. So I love music, and I love going to see live music. But for a first date, it's a lot like going to the movies. You really can't talk and get to know each other because it's just too damn loud. So live music is not a good idea for a first date by any stretch. Now, number 5 is family functions. Now, this communicates a very serious relationship vibe. And I mean, like in my case, my family's totally cool, and I would have no problem bringing a new woman around them, except for her sake, because she's going to feel like it's a very serious move. And then you have family asking her all kinds of questions, you know, like, oh, when are you two getting married? Are you going to have kids? I mean, it's just like, oh, no. But, and I've been in that situation more often than not. Actually, not that long ago, a couple years ago, I invited a girl with me to a family function, and we had actually been dating for a couple months already, but my family had never met her. And it was a birthday party for my nephew. But it was outside, it was in a big yard, and we had tents everywhere, and food and liquor, and it wasn't just family, it was friends too. It was more like a big party, outdoor party. So I figured it'd be safe to bring her. And at one point, I remember overhearing my dad say something. She was standing right near, and he said something, I'm really hoping for a granddaughter soon. I was just like, oh, I can't believe you just said that. But you just want to stay away from these family functions in the very beginning. I mean, obviously it's okay later on, but first date, no, do not bring them to a family function. And number 6 is inviting her over to your place. Now, even if it's something minor like cooking her dinner, which I know could be very romantic and sweet, but so soon into the courtship, it basically communicates, hey, why don't you come over for some sex? And you have to understand that women are very fearful of putting themselves in a position where they could be overpowered or forced into something that they don't want to be. And even if you're not that kind of guy, and not even thinking about that, she probably is. So you have to take that into consideration. So I would stay away from inviting her over to your place for the first date. Actually, all these dates are completely fine once you've been together for a little while, or at least have been on a few dates already. Like I mentioned before, the idea of the first date is just to have fun, get to know each other, and get the opportunity to get a little closer physically and convey that lover vibe, not a friendship vibe. That's very important. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys found it informative, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.